We got this tornado warning that goes in effect. And I don't know, we might zoom into this tornado warning. This goes in effect to 11 a.m. for Oak County at 10:43. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 10 miles north of Greenville, or 18 miles north of Ava, moving northeast around 35 miles an hour. So hazardous tornado. So, folks, this is a radar indicated tornado. So that does it, and see, it definitely has a pretty decent storm right there. So if you live in Wilmington area, Wilmington, I would shoot shelter down here. This is in Springfield, Missouri. I'm concerned if this continues to be pushing into our western counties in a couple hours, so we could go wall to wall. So we're probably going to stay with you for a little while because we got tornado warnings in place. So hold on a second. So let me be right back.
Check. So I'm keeping an eye on some storms that are upstream here across Oklahoma. Looks like we do have one cell that is also tornado warning eastern Oklahoma, Crowder, into the Canadian era towards Eufaula, and then obviously over sections of southwest
Could I add this in Illinois too?
Well, this doesn't pertain to Illinois yet, but future live video feeds would probably be good later on. But yeah, definitely the rotation appears to be fairly tight. So I'm gonna see if trended some of the last scans. Looks like that storm near Gainesville's tightened up. Looks like it's a bit broader rotation, but it's still tornadic by all means. Here we're gonna see if this does hold together. 29 against so at least 50 knot wind shear is present there, and you can see. I think we got that rear flanking with that.
Yeah, I just gonna pass some information along to you. We had some damage coming in from Branson earlier. We had multiple trees down earlier and Lighttown and barns blow down. And we had still another one, large tree on Highway 76 that had been in Branson earlier. So, Isaac, this is very bad when we start having trees down like that.
Was there a confirmed tornado?
That was earlier, but I was just going to pass those reports along to you. That was just barns and stuff down earlier.
Yeah.
All right, folks, if you're in this warning, you probably need to be shaking some shelter right now. I'm going to check and see if we have any debris, and I don't think we have any debris yet. Do we, Isaac?
What I'm seeing on here, I don't think anything confirmed, really. Just, but I will point out that, yeah, the rotation's tighter several thousand feet off the ground. It's while we are seeing some strong winds likely mixing down at the ground, we don't have much. I don't think there's much inflow that is directly feeding in from the storm at the surface. So if anything,
And this
I
tornado
there
from
is.
Oklahoma looks strong too.
Yeah, I was going to say nothing confirmed in Oklahoma yet, or with that particular cell. But yeah, the everything does appear to be fairly tight. At least we got 74 outbound against 17, so I think the wind shear is at least 60 knots with that cell. Um,
Hmm. If
yeah,
you
and
live in that
still some
storm,
clutter
now's
on
the
the
time to
waveform.
seek shelter.
And I will point out the storms are collectively, or this complex of storms in Missouri is moving into an environment with, I mean, the surface based direct the instability at the surface appears fairly weak, and it has been that way. But once again, while there's not a whole lot of info that is directly feeding into the storms, I do think we get a little bit more southerly winds at the surface, and there is that turning with height. But again, I will say that what we're mostly seeing is the winds further aloft that are the most concerning. If they mix in with the ground, there could be a little bit of inflow that could feed that parent circulation at times. And I think the tornado risk would probably be a bit higher heading into further into Missouri. And this has a good chance of holding together in terms of the wind threat and possibly the tornado threat moving into sections of southern, far south, to keep a very eye on this complex here as it tracks through like West Plains into Poplar Bluff. Some of those areas as well.
Hmm.
Um,
So parts of Wayne County could go under warning too, couldn't it?
Wayne County.
Missouri.
Yeah, I was going to say
Missouri.
Wayne County would be the county east of Poplar Bluff.
Anything going toward Butler County? I got some cousins that live out there.
Butler County would be Poplar Bluff. I don't. We'd have to see how these storms behave, but more than likely, Poplar Bluff is in some threat for tornadoes. They are not included in this current watch, but that could possibly change. We'll have to see how the environment, um, what the environment is. I think the highest wind shear, I think you got more to work with now, and I do think you get more turning with height. You know, just collectively over southern Missouri. And again, just you know, I think there is a little bit drier air to work with, a little bit further east as well, further aloft, of course. So if we get some clearing with the with cloud breaks and stuff, that may enhance your surface instability as well, and help enhance some of the lifting and inflow. They're issuing something new at the Storm Prediction Center regarding current watch. See if they have any
Let me check. Let me check that out
if
for
they're
you. Okay.
considering adding counties to it or what. I was going to say, special weather statement from Paducah says strong storms are possible between noon and 2 p.m. for Bollinger, Butler, Cape Girardeau, Carter,
Okay.
Mississippi, New Madrid, Perry, Ripley, Scott, Stoddard, and Wayne counties in Missouri. That's a statement they just issued.
Okay.
I'll follow mesoanalysis trends
So,
are
I mean,
have
we
been
kind of
falling
thought this
here.
whole line would actually hold together, don't you? The whole time you thought it would,
Oh,
right?
Well, it has a good chance of holding together, and I do think the isolated damaging wind tornado threat will continue. Uh, and obviously,
Yeah,
it
still
remains.
shows signs of that rotation again, folks. Very tight.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Yeah, sure. All right. Dora and Gentryville, newest communities added to these tornado warnings. Again, nothing confirmed at the moment. Of mixed layer Cape kind of creeping up into the 250 to 500 joules per kilogram range. And I think surface capes have been kind of sporadic. They're not consistently over 1500, but I do think that there's an area where there may be some slightly higher surface instability. So, like any, I would be interested in seeing some of the new observation data here coming out of that area. But yeah, mixed cape. Looks like we do have an area of 500 to about 1,000 that might be kind of lofting north. I think that is going to help
We
enhance.
just got another
Um,
tornado warning, Isaac.
yeah, Dora, Missouri, right? Some of those other smaller communities around Gainesville.
Douglas County.
Right.
All right, so change on. What'd you say?
Oh, nothing.
So if you're living this tornado wind over here, now's the time to activate your tornado plan to action. So far, we only have 2 tornado warnings, but this line's going to continue to issue warnings as it gets closer, right?
Yeah, right. And there's lots more people that live in like Ripley, Butler counties, also into the
Do I
Cape
need to
Girardeau area.
do I need to add the do I need to add Illinois Stormwatch into our VO or not right now?
Think that Illinois, I don't think Southern Illinois is in the greatest threat over the short term, but they will continue to monitor in the progress of this line of storms. I think the flooding threat
All right.
is what really does ramp
Yeah,
up
that's
with.
going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right, still got the tornado warning. Any? How does the rotation look?
Yeah, I was going to say it's been tightening up at times, mostly, so we'll have to see. We're seeing a line of strong storms has developed earlier this morning and continue to move across southern Missouri. Looks like they've been traveling at about 40 to 50 miles per hour, damaging winds, flash flooding, even a tornado. Um, if you are in southeast Missouri early this afternoon, be watchful for rapidly changing conditions. This has been producing wind damage as well as torrential rain, especially in hilly
You got
dirt
any pictures
terrain.
I can share online?
Oh, what?
We got
I
any
haven't seen.
photos that we can share online?
I haven't seen anything yet, but looks like they'll be near Poplar
I
Bluff
got
by
something from the Storm
Birmingham.
Prediction Center.
Yeah.
They went tornado watch numbers 117 continuing. You know the severe weather threat is still continues. You know, isolated damage winds or tornado could still happen. So, what
Hmm.
counties could go into watch next if they put one out? What counties?
They have not. They have not said they're going to issue another watch at this point yet. They were going to have to see how these storms behave. It is possible the National Weather Service Paducah may opt to add some counties in this watch here. We're going to see how
Mhm.
these storms do behave. as they track into that area. More than likely, it would probably be the Poplar Bluff area towards Cape Girardeau and maybe New Madrid. Some of those areas. We'll have to keep a close eye on those.
All right, we'll zoom into this center of these storms. And this line, I mean, I've been tracking this thing, Isaac, since 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, same
Or
complex of
6
storm.
o'clock, and it's still holding together, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Is this a squall line?
Well, I mean, you got a really intense Boeing segment. I think you may have a I think a mesoscale convective system. I think you got a vorticity max. A convective system. Normally, you get spin up tornadoes and mostly damaging winds being the biggest concern, really.
Okay, I'm watching the radar.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to see when the next counties get issued.
Yeah.
What are you seeing? Anything yet?
Well, I do think that this QLCS has a good chance of holding together over southeast parts of Missouri.
Okay.
But more than likely, I think that's where the highest wind shear is. It may still hold together into like the far southern part of Illinois, maybe West Kentucky, but I do think the highest severe risk would be in Missouri at this point, at least southern Missouri and northern Arkansas.
All right, still watching. We have that Let's check out that tornado warning in Oklahoma right now. Is it in the? How's it looking?
So I'm gonna look at the
Pull my face up. Anyway, folks,
radar scope.
if you don't
Looks
even
like it's
see
been
a
tightening
tornado
up.
today,
It's been tightening up at times here.
if you don't even see a tornado, these storms are going to be rain wrapped today. So this is what makes it so dangerous.
Right.
And you see
So
water on the roads today, please do not go through it. It's dangerous. Flash flooding is a dangerous situation. Do not go through it.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see this. Me and Ann were just having this whole conversation about this whole complex. Me and Ann thinks this is going to hold together and moving towards some of our county. So definitely, I mean, this could be our first severe weather event in Illinois, right, Isaac?
Oh, we've had a severe event here. I think there is a small possibility of damaging winds and possibly even a tornado with this, but I think heavy rain is our biggest threat extending into Illinois, really. But I do think you got some drier air that's lofting into eastern, a lot of southeast Missouri and a tad bit of southern Illinois and Kentucky, too. And I think that's where I think you may be working. You have some instability to work with. So if that
Still there?
your threat persisting into Illinois.
Trying to see. So you think we've been on for 20 minutes, haven't we?
Yeah, sure.
I think we should wait on some new developments.
Well, yeah, sure. Just periodic feed. We're not high priority or anything, but yeah, we'll be back to give you later developments, and we will see you soon.
All right, thank you, Isaac, for popping in with me. We're still continuing to track this one tornado warning down here in Missouri. If we do get new tornado warnings, we'll probably interrupt this tornado warning for Oak County, Central Missouri, and South Central Douglas County. This storm here is still capable of ability of producing tornadoes, so definitely we need to be watching that. Hail's not going to be the concern today, but we still got the tornado warning for Oklahoma. So we will continue to keep you updated. I mean, we'll probably break in as we need to today on these storms. But this line of storms I've been hearing is going to hold together and probably move into some more counties. Definitely, we all need to be aware. And we'll be back with you if we see a watch or warning. And me and Isaac will continue to track stuff today for you.